Before proceeding with this video, I want to bring you some very important information. ESPN brought some news that raised a red flag here, so I went to investigate. ESPN Brazil reported that Flamengo is starting talks to renew the contracts of goalkeeper Rossi and defender Leo Pereira. I got in touch with a source connected to Flamengo's management who confirmed that Flamengo really values and sees as very important pieces Rossi, goalkeeper Rossi, and defender Leo Pereira. And Flamengo has already rewarded both of them. It's not that they're just starting talks. After the information from ESPN, and we had already mentioned that Flamengo would really hold talks to give Rossi better terms, now we have complete information to bring to you. A source connected to Flamengo's board guaranteed that a salary increase, a pay raise, has already been given to Rossi and Leo Pereira. Both of them have already received this raise now. Just a few days ago, they got a salary increase, both Leo Pereira and Agostinho Rossi. Regarding the renewal, their contracts end at the end of 2027. The source connected to the board told me the renewal will be addressed after the season ends. Negotiations for the renewal of their contracts, which run until 2027 to extend their contracts, which involves a release clause and a series of other things, will only happen at the end of the year. Now, Flamengo has already adjusted the salaries of both Leo Pereira and goalkeeper Agostinho Rossi. Guys, let me relax a little here because I'm really stressed out with this whole situation with the refereeing, with what happened to Flamengo. It stresses us out, it makes us angry. The Flamengo players also got 2 days off. Man, Alexandre really being cut from the Brazilian national team, it hurt us. We're starting here already with some news. The players should recover in about 20 days, but for us to lighten the mood, man, I saw something here. It's been 4 days since he posted when the Sudamericana and Libertadores draw was released. But man, I want to show you that this guy is really funny, man. Dan Lessa is really funny. And he made a joke because Vasco ended up in the group with Olympia. God willing, they'll end up in the group, right? They ended up in the group with Olympia. Olympia, Aldax, Italiano, Baracca, and Central. Look at that. Look at the joke he made.
Vasco, we are what? Did Vasco get Olympia in the Sudamericana? We got Olympia, right? Hold on. This can't be happening, guys. Hold on. This can't be happening. Hold on.
We got Olympia, Palmeiras, and Gallo. Atletico Paranaense from the altitude. We got Olympia, man.
Oh, Vasco, we are what? Did Vasco get Olympia in the Sudamericana?
Man, that's really good. And man, I keep remembering those things. I'll tell you guys, who would have thought, right, that we would have so much trouble with Olympia? And now, man, we face 2 high altitude games. Well, the other one was 1,400 meters. You can't really call that high altitude, but we played at a high altitude, man. One of the highest out there, right? Cusco, right? 3,400 meters. We got a really tough group this year, but Vasco got Olympia. And there's another draw today, right? Today is the Copa do Brasil draw. I'll bring you the information here. Who did we get? Who do you think we'll get? We have some important information to share with you. The pots, right? Who Flamengo could get. Look, pot 1, Flamengo, Corinthians, Palmeiras, Atlético Mineiro, São Paulo, Fluminense, Botafogo, Atlético Paranaense, Bahia, Vasco, Cruzeiro, Grêmio, Fortaleza, Internacional, Bragantino, and Santos. Pot 2, these are the opponents that Flamengo can face. Vitória, Ceará, Coritiba, Mirassol, Chapecoense, Remo, Paysandu, Operário, Atlético, Confiança, Atlético Goianiense, CRB, Jacuipense, Juventude, Goiás, and Barra. Man, I'll tell you guys, the opponents you should ideally avoid, and not out of fear, out of the need to I don't want to face them because it's complicated. No, it's because you have easier options. And you have the Libertadores. There are a number of situations now that as long as you can postpone the tougher, more complicated matches, it's better. For example, ideally, avoid Mirassol, avoid Coritiba, avoid Chapecoense, and even Remo, who's in Serie A. Those four there, it would be good not to draw them. Even Sierra is a tough opponent. Vitoria too. Vitoria as well. So those 6 teams, some of these opponents are really tough. For example, look, Paysandu, Atlético Goianiense, Juventud too. I didn't mention Juventud either. It's good to avoid them. Goiás. They're tougher opponents. The opponents there that you have an easier time with, but I won't say it's easy, but they're less complicated, but they can still make things difficult for someone. Operario, Atlético, Confianza, and Barra. CRB as well. They're opponents that you might have a little less difficulty with. It's never easy, but maybe a bit less difficult to face, right? So what do you think? Comment here who you would like to face in the 5th round of the Copa do Brasil. Look, the fans are commenting here. Flamengo always gets the hardest draw, while Palmeiras gets the easiest. Clebson sent this. Vitor M. Sabino, Flamengo and Barra de Santa Catarina. Facing unknown opponents is tough. You don't know them, and losing means you'll get mocked, right? I hope we get Mirassol, man. All good. Is that what you want? Flamengo and Paysandu. Boca sent it in. So, comment here. Who do you want Flamengo to face? Look at that. Now we're going to follow Gustavo Machado's lip reading here. It's really good to have lip reading every week, every time there's a referee mistake. Look at that. Let's follow Gustavo Machado's really good lip reading. Go follow him there, subscribe, because the guy is awesome. He got the ball. Totally. Did you see him step on the ball?
Did you see him step on the ball? Man, did you see him step on the ball? Everything.
All right, but he stepped on the ball.
I understand. Doesn't it hit his cleat? He stepped on the ball first?
He was called by VAR. VAR is notifying him. You guys will, I'll bring the VAR audio for you to listen to. But lip reading is cool because it shows him saying the way that the moment he's talking to VAR and VAR is telling him, look, it wasn't the way you saw it there. And then he doesn't hit with the studs of his boot and all that. Then he goes to VAR. The Flamengo players are all telling him it was on the ball, it was on the ball, it was on the ball. And he doesn't want to talk, just acting all arrogant, right? Until VAR calls him and he goes to argue against the footage. VAR telling him not to give the card and he goes to argue against the footage. Look at that. I'll take a look.
Hey, it doesn't make sense for you to give a red card. Has the player already left? And here?
Did you see Arrascaeta talking to him? His foot's on the ground. Giving a red card doesn't make sense. That's it. The rule, pay attention to what Danilo says to him. This lip reading is really good. Danilo goes over to him to argue the rule. The guy doesn't know the rule, or he knows and we know. Everyone is suspicious of what he did. All the fans are suspicious of what he did. He knows the rule. He's a referee. He wanted to give the card, and he wanted to hurt Flamengo. It's impressive. There's no explanation for this. He says it was a step on the foot.
It's a yellow card.
The rule doesn't say that a step on the foot is a yellow card. He's arguing with the referee. It was nothing. Shameful. The guys want to use this even to say that Flamengo was helped too. It's a shame. Nope.
You can leave. That's it.
Look at this. Look at that hit there. Did you see Jorginho get hit in the face? Jorginho getting hit in the face. And the player went to tell the referee that yes, he did hit him, but it was accidental. So Carrascal hit him by accident too. 40 minutes later, he was sent off in the second half, remember? In the Super Cup. With Flamengo, it's the opposite. Now look, Jorginho being assaulted, it was unintentional? No, it wasn't. He hit him, my friend. Intentional or not, that's a foul.
Guy's the son. He got him. I know, but give a card. The ball was in play. He hit him unintentionally. I saw it.
He hit him by accident, okay? Jorginho says, I know, I saw, but it still counts even if it was accidental, man. He told the referee he hit him, but it was unintentional. Because Jorginho is a gentleman, right? If it were a Corinthians player versus Flamengo in the Super Cup, he would have caused a big scene. Not Jorginho. Maybe that's the problem. Jorginho is an honest guy. He didn't make a scene, right? If he had done it, VAR would have confirmed he was right and the Corinthians player would have been sent off.
Jorginho with 11 minutes added. The foul was obvious.
Jorginho complaining that the foul happened at 11 minutes of added time. The referee gave 10 minutes of added time. The game was going into the 11th minute. And the goalkeeper, the Butterfingers, wanted to argue that there should still be a free kick after the 11th minute. Look, another thing, huh? For those who came at me when I talked about Hugo Souza, he made a great save on Arrascaeta's shot, but Flamengo's goal came from a blunder by Hugo. That's what I keep telling you. He makes acrobatic saves, amazing saves, but when it's the moment he can't make a mistake, he does, and he gives it away. That's what I said. For the World Cup, if you rely on Hugo Souza, the goalkeeper, he'll likely give it away. That's what happened yesterday. He gave Flamengo the ball, starting their play with a bad pass. The ball landed at Jorginho's feet, the only player it couldn't have fallen to. Jorginho passes. Paqueta scores the goal. It starts with a mistake by Hugo Souza. Then he goes there, makes a bad play. He makes a save on Arrascaeta's shot, but by then he had already given it away. Now he's complaining too. The referee had already given 10 minutes, which was excessive. Flamengo was a player down and he still wanted 11. What's that about? Talk straight to me. You didn't want to go before? Look, let's show something here. This argument between Rodrigo de Lima, the referee, and the Corinthians player, okay? Totally impartial. Because here's what I want to say. This referee gets into it with all the players. He pushes, he shoves the Corinthians player in the chest. This guy should be banned. He should go a year without being able to referee because of all his mistakes and the way he treats the athletes on the field. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at this. Follow Gustavo Machado, guys. The Corinthians player doesn't touch me because he shoves the Corinthians player. It's shameful. This is unacceptable, okay? We had a... Whoa, Alves Tricolo, Daniel Alves, right? Man, the guy kills it in the reaction videos. He's a really good guy. And he said about the Flamengo game, look, I thought it was Alves Tricolo. Man, the guy is really impartial. He was biased. He jokes around plays, but he was really impartial. Look at that. Look at that.
For you guys, it was 1-1, okay? One for Cramanho, one for Corinthians. Cramanho, let me tell you something. Right away, I'm going to give my opinion, okay? Flamengo got robbed. Now, here's the thing about the play. There's space for all opinions. You're not just rooting against them, so you shouldn't be against those guys. Besides, I'm a fan. I root against them, and I'm also a football lover, so I have the right to share my opinion. And as a football lover, I get upset when this kind of thing happens. Why? Because it ruins the show. It ruins it. It spoils a match between two huge teams like Flamengo and Corinthians. So it had everything to be a football spectacle. There was that thing about them winning over the Vultures. So there was that rivalry, right? They wanted to get back at them. And then both goals happened, right? The first goal was by Cramanho, a beautiful video game style goal, just like Corinthians. Then Eggy and Flamengo come in. I don't get where this guy finds space for his ego, man.
Arrogant 22 players.
11 on each side and one guy just wants to be the star. My brother, you're the referee. You need to blow the whistle. Oh, I thought it was fine. For the love of Jehovah, you thought so? In real time, it looks fine. Now, if VAR called you to take a look, that means there was at least something there, man, at the very least.
There was something there.
You doubt that it is. And in my opinion, it wasn't. What is it? Zé Beto Zaraujo there. Does he come in with excessive force? Yes, he does. Does he hit the ball? He does. Right after, does he hit the Escaridia player? He does too. That's a foul and a yellow card.
Yellow card at most, sending off.
The game ended. Nothing else happened. Just pulling, grabbing, and players arguing with the referee. One wanted a yellow card, another wanted something else, then someone dove. That was it. The game turned into American football. And then, man, besides being fans and supporters as football lovers, we end up missing out because we want to see a good game, you know? In the end, we want to tease our rivals. If they lose, that's what we want.
What happens next? Alves showed his bias, right?
Very well. That's my opinion. Unfortunately, a game that had everything to be a great match with defense on both sides, one goalkeeper making saves, the other one too, the goalkeeper really standing out. Man, an amazing save by Arrascaeta, a great save by Neneco, and then that's it, man. There was no game. Leave your opinion there, man. Because unfortunately, I have to come here and talk about refereeing once again and ask you a question. How long are these guys with inflated egos going to want to be the stars of the game?
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Inflated ego, right? The guy is cocky. I even showed the image here where he was super cocky, pushing the Corinthians player's chest, right? And for us to wrap up this topic here today, right? We've already had plenty to discuss. I brought up that Flamengo's players got 2 days off during the international break. We also brought up the issue that we were going to talk about the VAR audio, right? Check this out. Do we have the VAR audio to react to? Check this out.
It was with the tip of the foot, and he came in to challenge for the ball.
Medium force. Which angle do you want me to pull up for him?
He's challenging for the ball, not here to give a... This one, look, this one, this one, this one. Go back, go back, go back. His foot is already on the ground. It's the other one, it's the other one.
He should have turned more.
This one, this one, this one. He made it to the box, okay? He made it to the box. Perfect. He goes for it. That's the play.
Passes the ball. He comes back. He gets the ball.
He uses the back of his heel, okay? That one had another angle that we had seen.
At most, a yellow card.
Let's go to the point of contact.
Let's go. The force of the play.
So, let me show you where the point of contact is. You decide, no problem at all. Place the ball, and the point of contact is this spot right here. Look. Okay. It's not just underneath, it hits on top and underneath.
It catches him high and low, trying to justify the unjustifiable and keep the red card.
Keeping the red?
Then the Corinthians player is clapping. Congrats, you're helping. It's Palmeiras. Shameful. Shameful. Dude, what a regrettable situation Brazilian soccer is in. It's a shame. That's it. Be sure to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, subscribe down below, click the bell to turn on notifications, and drop a like on the video. Flamengo greetings. This is Flamengo. Thanks.